your home's title, forges your signature on a quitclaim deed stating you sold your home to him. Then he takes out loans on your home and leaves you in debt. You won't even know it happening until late payment or eviction notices arrive. Insurance doesn't cover you, neither do common identity theft programs. That's why I protect my home with Home Title Lock. The instant Home Title Lock detects someone tampering with my home's title, they shut it down. So please go to HomeTitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim. Then use code RADIO to receive 30 free days of protection. Please go to HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
If you have Medicare, pay close attention. Yvonne Welsh Insurance Agency can help you activate Part C of your Medicare. When you activate Part C of your Medicare, you could get additional benefits at no extra cost to you, such as dental coverage, vision exam and glasses, virtual doctor appointments, hearing aids, and much more. Just call 800-224-4488. Yvonne Welsh services are at no cost to you. Don't miss out on benefits you need and deserve for lack of information. 800-224-4488. Yvonne Welsh Insurance Agency works with various Medicare health plans. Each one has a Medicare contract. Enrollment in a plan depends on their contract renewal. Se habla español.
We could all use a little extra hope. CalHope offers free tips and tools to help manage COVID-19 stress and anxiety. Call our warm line at 1-833-317-4673. Hope lives in California, in our businesses, schools and homes, our people, friends and fellow veterans, and in our shared hope for the future, one where we can all safely come together again. Visit calhope.org or call 1-833-317-4673. Hope lives here.
Easter is just around the corner. On the hunt for great deals on groceries? Hop on over to Stater Brothers Markets.
Our mouth-watering hams from Smithfield are perfect for Easter dinner. Choose from hickory-smoked bone-in spiral-sliced half hams at $1.49 a pound or bone-in half hams at just 99 cents a pound. Maybe you're craving a juicy, flavorful beef rib roast. You're in luck. Bone-in ribeye roasts are just $4.99 a pound.
Wishing you a joyful Easter from the Stater Brothers family to yours.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-730-2885. 800-730-2885. 800-730-2885.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
WRVA Richmond, WTVR HD2 Richmond. From the Hadid Mercer Rug Cleaning Studios. Richmond's news, weather, and traffic station.
News Radio 1140 WRVA.
A radio.com station.
Good evening, I'm Dennis Edwards. Henrico police still investigating a multiple shooting involving a 12-year-old girl. After a check of traffic and weather from the MyInsuranceDoctor.com Traffic Center, official insurance of News Radio WRVA.
Some volume still a little bit heavy for us now on 64 eastbound in between Talliesville and also Providence Forge. Tractor trailer has the left lane blocked here. A lot of slow traffic for us as we make our way towards the weekend. With traffic, I'm Tom Miner.
We'll have some fair skies overnight tonight, turning a little less windy. We'll have low temperatures upper 40s. Tomorrow we have some sunshine early, a little cloudiness later in the day, high temperatures mid-70s. First alert weather day for Sunday, stronger severe thunderstorms late in the day, high temperatures near 80. From NBC 12, I'm meteorologist Jim Duncan for News Radio 1140 WRVA and now on 96.1 FM.
And from the News Radio WRVA Weather Center, it's sunny and a nice 82 degrees on a flawless Friday evening in Carytown. News Radio WRVA time 6:01. Police are on the scene of a multiple shooting in the 1900 block of Winding Ridge Drive in Henrico's West End, not far from Mills Godwin High School. Police aren't confirming the shooting, but CBS 6 reports the victim is a 12-year-old girl shot several times. The call came in around 4:30 this afternoon. The 12-year-old child was transported to an unknown hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police are still in the area of Gayton Forest West subdivision. No word yet on a motive or suspect at this time. Circumstances and the victim's condition are so far unknown as well. We now know the identity of the man fatally shot by a Virginia state trooper yesterday at the King George Way Station on Route 301. State police say the trooper fired at the suspect as he chased his female passenger.
Shortly before 11 a.m., an SUV pulled off of Route 301 into the Way Station parking lot. Moments after parking, a 34-year-old female passenger exited and began running away from the vehicle. The driver, Charles C. White III, 35, of Prince George's, Maryland, quickly exited, ran after the female, and appears to have fired a handgun at her.
A third person, the box truck occupant at the Way Station, was also struck by one or more bullets fired by White. He's expected to be okay. There's a slight risk for severe weather on Sunday, mostly in the afternoon and evening. NBC 12's Sophia Armada says a line of storms will come through with straight-line winds becoming the greatest risk. At this stage, a tornado can't be ruled out.
The Storm Prediction Center has the entire state of Virginia in a level 2 out of 5 risk, but that risk area is quite big. It's from Atlanta all the way northeast up to D.C. So we're expecting them to continue to kind of fine-tune that risk area, maybe add someone in level 3 out of 5 later this afternoon, even into Saturday. So things will continue to change, but we do know that the threat is there.
Armada says the threat is mostly from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. In a much-anticipated briefing, Virginia's vaccine coordinator offers some explanation as to why Virginia is not moving to open eligibility yet for COVID-19 vaccines, while many other states have. Dr. Danny Avula.
We opened up in a very big way to phase 1B, right? Remember that 1A and 1B were about 50% of our state's population. A lot of states did not include all of those higher risk individuals with underlying conditions.
President Biden is calling the new Georgia voting rules an atrocity meant to suppress minority voters. ABC's Andy Field.
An outsider handing a Georgia citizen water while they're waiting to vote is now a crime. President Biden says it's clearly meant to suppress minority votes.
You can't provide water for people about to vote. Give me a break.
There are other provisions meant to deter low-income, non-driving, and 9-to-5 working voters. Unclear if the Biden administration will challenge the law in court. Andy Field, ABC News, Washington.
Checking your money, the Dow calls it a day up a whopping 453 points. The S&P closes its doors up 65, and the Nasdaq shuts down for the weekend up 161. Your next news at the bottom of the hour. News on demand at newsradiowrva.com. I'm Dennis Edwards on Richmond's news, weather, and traffic station, News Radio 1140 WRVA and 96.1 FM.
When the most awkward part of the party,
God love you,
is in the White House.
God help us.
You need Sean Hannity. Monday night at 7 on News Radio WRVA.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions, and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
And AMCO offers payment plan options for almost any credit situation, so it's easier than ever to fix it fast and pay it off slow.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
The following is paid programming and does not necessarily represent the views of News Radio WRVA and Entercom Richmond.
Tower will change your life. And now your host, self-made millionaire, national award-winning investor of the year, CEO and founder of Lifestyles Unlimited, Del Walmsley.
Welcome to the Del Walmsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and help begins. I'm your host, Del Walmsley, and as always, we're working on your financial freedom. You know, folks, what gets me over the 26 years I've been doing this is that accomplishing financial freedom is a very simple thing. It's very simple. The problem is people won't do it. And the many reasons they won't do it is what I've tried to cover on this radio show for as many years as we've done it. You know, you would say, Del, why don't you just go over real estate and how to buy a house and so on and so forth? And, you know, we do a little bit of that, but that's really such a minuscule thing that it's a technical learning opportunity that when you come into the 2-day, if you want to get in and learn this stuff, now's the time to sign up and get in, because you can go this weekend. And by the end of this weekend, you'll be ready to start making decisions that will make the greatest Christmas of your life next year. Next year being the fact that by the time you've spent a year doing this, you will have been a lot better off than you haven't been. But the thing that really gets me is that there are so many reasons why people won't go do this. Today, I'm going to cover one main one, and that is people's outlook in life about the fact that there's really nothing out there. There really isn't. That it's all really just a giant scam, that people that are lucky enough to be at the top will stay at the top and everybody else will be at the bottom. And no matter what you do, society is going to take you out because you're just never going to make it. The other aspect is that most people believe that what they're doing is investing, what they're doing is planning for the future. And I want to debunk that thought process and teach you that what you're really doing is you're just getting up and going to work every day. That's it. Simply, you're getting up and going to work every day. And you're doing the repetitive things that fall into the character of being that person that gets up and goes to work every day. There's no difference. Even when you think you're straying out to decide, hey, I'm investing in a 401k, all you're really doing is putting your money where your company wants you to put it. You're not really doing anything different. You're giving them your money, letting them mess with your money so that you can't use your money to go get rich, wealthy, or just financially free for that matter. Just be able to have enough income that if you didn't have a job where they wouldn't have the noose around your neck, that you'd be okay. But people aren't doing that. They won't do that. The majority of people won't do that. And today, I've got one of the saddest emails that I've heard in a long time, and I love these. Please send me all your sad emails, because there's something to be learned through somebody else's pain. Because the pain that they're going through is the psychological insanity of trying to do the same thing over and over again and having it continue to fail. And yet they don't see that they're doing the same thing over and over again. This email represents that to the T. It's the perfect example. I'm not going to use the gentleman's name because it is such a sad tale. And it does implore you to think about the way you see the world, because it's cockeyed, right? It really is. So I'm going to read this email, as painful as it is. Please hang with me, because there's a lot to learn through the end of the email, although there is something to learn through the middle. We'll kind of just take the email apart as we go and then finish with a conclusion of what it really means. It says, hello, Del. It's been a while since I sent you an email. This email is not to be discouraging, although it is very discouraging, right? But he's saying it's not to be discouraging, but just wanted to get your input about something I have been thinking about for a while now. Over 20 years ago, when I was 16 years old, which makes me 36 today, and working full-time while in high school, I didn't have a lot of money. And back then, had a car without a stereo. Around the time most cars didn't have a stereo, or if they did, it was really bad sounding one. So before the internet was around, I went to the library and checked out a few books and read them, all to learn how to install my own stereo, since I couldn't afford to pay someone else to do it. All right, so here's the first paragraph, first story. He's proud, and by the way, I'm not putting the guy down, but he's proud of himself because he was smart enough to go to the library and figure out how to put a stereo in. He saved himself the money of putting the stereo in, right? And so that was a windfall to him, that he could save a few bucks to put the stereo in himself. And he put all of his time, his effort, and his energy into learning how to do a job, how to do labor. Without the labor, all of that reading did what for him? Did absolutely nothing. It didn't increase his life, quality, lifestyle, standard, lifestyle, anything. Nothing, unless he did work. All he did was become a more educated laborer. in life. Next paragraph. Once I figured out, I showed my friends what I had done, and they were impressed and asked if I could install new stereos and amplifiers, CD changes, etc. in their car as well. Before I knew it, I had a business license and ordered car stereo equipment at very low prices compared to high retail costs that stores like Circuit City and Best Buy were selling them for. Due to my good work and great prices, I had a ton of cars lined up in my driveway waiting to be worked on. I made good money until a year later, factories began including nice stereo units in cars. Car electronics became so complex that you had to unplug a computer and remove nearly the whole dashboard to upgrade the stereo. So I saw the beginning of the problem early on and got out of the business. So let's talk about what this guy is saying. In no time at all, I had a business. My friends, I want to define business for you in a manner that you've never really thought it through. If you have a job, do you own a business? Think about this. If you have a job, do you own a business? And the answer is no. You own a job. There is no business. Bob LLC, Steve LLC, Jim or Judy LLC is not a business. It is a job. The only difference is you own the job. You're not working for someone else, but you still are working for a living, right? Think about that, because I'm going to come back to that later in the next segment when I show you the proof of all this through American culture. I am working for a living, 9 to 5, right? Then he goes on and says, all right, so they beat me out. They started putting good stereos in, and this business went away, and I could see the light, so I got out of that business. Well, he wasn't in that business. He was in that job. He goes on, fast forward to age 21. The internet is still new, so I went to the library and got a bunch of books on how to create a website. My site became popular, and a few years later, when the SEO, search engine optimization, was unheard of, I learned how to make my web pages very friendly to Google. So a lot of my keywords were listed number one, which brought in tons of traffic and revenue to my websites. I thought I hit the jackpot since
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions, and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
Are you still driving around with that check engine light on? AMCO will read and report the trouble codes on your vehicle for free. Call them today.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
Age 10,000, since so many people were educated about this work. I then figured in order to be successful, I have to learn something really complex that is in high demand, and maybe then I can have a stable career. There it is. He's got to learn something else to give him a career. Never has he invested in an asset yet. None. And you got to ask yourself a secondary question. If he was so good at SEO optimization, why has he went from 1 to 10,000? I pay a guy right around the corner like a very small amount of money, and he SEOs me right up to page 1. Now, how could this guy consider? Well, because he's going and taking the shortcut way, the cheap way. He's reading some books and instantly thinks he's a hero. That's like guys who read a book on real estate investing and think they're a real estate investor. And they think they have a business because they have one rent house. But they don't know how to do it, and they're not doing it correctly. And eventually, they're going to get wiped out because they don't know what they're doing. Because all they really wanted was another job, right? So now he says he wants a career that's in high demand. It took many years, but I learned how to program in multiple languages and set up servers and pretty much do anything that might work on a website. So there it is. He got himself another career. He's got more jobs. My friends, when we come back, I'm going to explain to you how this guy really failed and how most of you fail in life because you misinterpret the difference between a job and a business and a career. We'll take a short break. Our number here is 866-945-6565. That's 866-945-6565. Or go to lifestylesunlimited.com to register for our free workshop.